All right, good evening, and welcome back to Wolfe County Wolves Esports action here. We're featuring round number 2 between Wolves Blue and Johnson Central LEagles. So Wolves Blue came out victorious in round number 1, so we're going to check into our champ select and see how they're doing here in round number 2.
As we start off with the immediate ban from Johnson Central, going straight with Onassis and Warwick. Warwick is a very strong player from Wolfe County last game as well, but as well as Onassis. Meanwhile, Wolfe County bans Kindred and Talon. We go back to Johnson Central, who goes off with their last ban for the first wave, who will be probably another one of the people from the last game, as I would expect.
Possibly,
maybe a Silas or an Ezreal. Or maybe Nautilus. All three. That's a Silas ban. 3 bans for 3 last champions.
Yeah.
As we now go to Wolfe County with their last of their bans for their first wave, who go straight to the Galio ban. Johnson Central now goes with their first pick, who will now be locking in Jin. Jin actually managed to get through the game. Jin was one of the bans from Wolfe County in the last game. As now we go to the first pick for Wolfe County, who will be locking in Ezreal for his ADC. Ezreal was a very strong champion as well. As we go with the Vi lock-in for the jungle for Wolfe County. Now go to the jungle pick for Wolfe County, who locks in Karthus. Karthus being a pretty strong, pretty solid champion, managing his ultimate off, just crazy amount of damage on everybody. As we go with a Rengar lock-in for that jungle for Johnson Central, we're going to go to the Wolfe County's mid laner, who picks Malphite. Probably locking in Malphite for his top laner. Cody having a lot of luck with Malphite. We now go to the second wave of bans, starting with Wolfe County, who go with the first ban of a
really dragging it out here. Let's see.
They go with a Varus ban at the very last second. Don't know why they would ban Varus, banning that ADC already locked in for Johnson Central, but a ban's a ban. Probably a panic pick because of them running out of time. As Johnson Central now goes with their pick for their ban, who will be walking in the Alistar again. Alistar was the ban they had last game, and we now go with a straight York ban for the last one for Wolfe County. Johnson Central now goes with their last ban. Who might go for the Nautilus ban. Nautilus was a very strong champion in the last game. They're going to wait, and they are going to pick Ari. Okay, interesting ban. Again, like the Zed ban last game, it's probably just another panic pick just to get that out of the way. Now go with the first wave, or the second wave of picks, starting with the ADC for Wolfe County, who will probably be picking his mid laner or support. Again, they're just picking in James. As he goes with the Jace. The Jace definitely is a lock-in for the mid laner for Wolfe County. Jace being one of his stronger champs he's played. He's only played him a couple of games. He's starting to play a lot more aggressive mid laner, so good on him. As we go with a Garen pick for the top laner for Johnson Central, as he finishes off with the support, who will lock in a Nami again. Nami did okay in the last game. Oh, no, actually going to go with hovering between Lulu and Lux.
Oh, gosh. They're
Nidalee, Lux, or hovers?
Nami?
They dodged.
And yes, so there may have been a disconnect or something there. I know. I know. Yeah, hold on.
Right, yep.
Hold on.
We'll come back with it. Select again. Again, sorry about that. We're going to start. It's just going to be basically a rehash of what just happened a couple minutes ago. I read the same bands, all the same picks. The picks weren't completely identical, or won't be, because, again, it was the last band, or last pick for the two supports.
In this type of situation, they're going to go back through and they're going to ban the exact same people and pick the exact same people in the exact same order. Otherwise, we may have to get out of here and talk to coach and stuff. But hopefully the other team will go through and do everything in the exact same order. Unfortunately, with technology, sometimes this kind of stuff can happen. I'm sure it was not intentional, but so far everything is going good and matching up.
Yeah, so they are banning everyone in the same order. They might not need to pick in the exact same roles because the champions were already picked. Well, they'll have to.
They have to pick in the exact same role, the exact same order.
Because not all the champions were selected.
Right.
So if it was like after everything was picked, they could just pick in the regular roles. But
no. Yeah, so far, so good. Yep.
Jungler's going to pick in the Vi now.
And it should go a little bit quicker here since that we already know what they've picked.
He locks in the Vi, then that should be a Karthus followed by a Rengar. There's the Karthus pick, followed up by the Rengar. The only picks that weren't locked in before the disconnect there were the support for Johnson Central and the top. The support. Yeah, they didn't. They locked in Cody for. Okay. Yeah. That is the Malphite's pick. Now we go back to the second bands, which should be a Varus, followed by a Alistar.
Yeah, it should be Alistar next.
As an Alistar.
And then a Yorick ban.
Yeah, Yorick, and then an Ahri.
Yeah.
Wish it was usually this fast when they picked and banned their champions.
Garen pick coming up here. No, we got
go with the Jace,
then the Garen, and then the new pick.
Yeah. Which was hovering between a Lulu, a Lux, and a Nami. So it should be preferably one of those three, ideally, since those were the three that they hovered.
Although it was dodged before they picked, so there's, whoever they decide to go with here is...
Morgana.
Yep.
Okay, Morgana being picked. And finally, going to be going with the support, going with a Sona. Potentially? Sona being hovered, and Sona is locked in, so those are the champions selected for both teams. Again, sorry that we would already be in the game by now if that disconnect didn't happen, but it happens.
All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups here. Just like the last matchup, we have senior Cody Sargent in the top lane. We have junior Cameron Caskey running ADC in the bot lane. We have his support, junior Jeremy McKinney, and then we have junior Matt Riley in the jungle, and senior Brendan Bush running mid lane. That is your Wolves Blue for your playoffs 2019 here. We also want to take this time to thank our wonderful esports sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Licking Valley Rural Electric, Farmers and Traders Bank of Campton, Whitaker Bank of Campton, and Sweet Art by Stephanie of Campton, Kentucky. So thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors. All right. So we are just about to enter our our game delay. We got to wait 3 minutes, spectator delay. So, Drew, what's some thoughts here on the matchups?
Interestingly enough, like whenever the bands were going in, it was definitely a lot of good bands on Johnson Central's part. Very strong contenders from that last game for sure from Wolfe County. So they're definitely glad to get those out of the way. In terms of the individual lanes, Garen being well known for being a very just late game, monster with his passive for his healing. A level 11 just makes him heal back almost instantly. Versus Malphite, however, Wolfe County's top laner has a tendency or a history when he plays Malphite to play a very mostly AP damage based build. So he's going to have a lot of damage top lane versus the usual amount of tank that you would build. Between junglers Rengar and Vi, both are pretty much a toss-up, though they both play about the same. Between the mid laners, Karthus and Jace. Jace is well known for being a lane bully, having a lot of pressure in the early game, putting it on that. Karthus will definitely, if he gets Karthus behind, will be a massive problem for Johnson Central. Karthus has a lot harder chance of being able to catch back up in that late game versus like Jace, for example. Jace is very, very well known for being a bully and just being able to manage a snowball very easily. Bot laners, Jin and Ezreal. Ezreal does have the spam on his side with the ability to throw out spells and do a lot more damage a little bit faster, but Jin being known to do a lot of damage really just at once with his auto attack crits. And then the supports, Sona and Morgana, both pretty even on the poke side. Morgana giving her allies a shield, and then Sona giving herself heals, and then both having rooting ultimates. It'll just be a complete toss-up between the supports since they play so similar in that aspect. Between both teams, I would say that Wolfe County should have the advantage in the CC department between the Sona ultimate as well as the Vi and Malphite ults. As well as, they have a slight advantage in overall tank. Vi, Malphite, and Jace, all three being... Malphite being definitely a tank, Vi and Jace both being fairly sort of tanky. Meanwhile, the only real tank from Johnson Central being Garen, with a little bit from Morgana, but not much at all. So, in terms of team fights, if Wolfe County can be able to coordinate like they did last game, they should have no problem in this matchup dealing with Johnson Central's team.
So if you're just now joining us, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and the little bell to get notifications to keep up with your Wolfe County Wolves all season long. We are in Game 2 here of the first round of the playoffs, Wolves Blue versus Johnson Central LEagles. So we're getting ready to switch over to the loading screen and the matchup. So we'll be back momentarily.
Okay, we have now, both teams have spawned into the map. Wolfe County will be starting on red side this time. As the fountain now releases the champions, everyone moves to their respective roles, or respective positions. We see Johnson Central going for the bot side jungle. Meanwhile, Wolfe County going for the top side jungle. Sort of a flip of what happened in the last game. Malphite and Vi sitting towards the top side Pixel Brush as Karthus moves straight into the lane. Jay sitting towards bot side Pixel Brush as Ezreal and Sona move up with him. You see Jin, Rengar, and Morgana sitting towards bot side. Was sitting towards red buff. Ezreal and Sona roaming in as it looks like they're going for an early invade mid lane. Jace going with that Q landing at mid lane. We see forcing Karthus to immediately flash. Managing to get rid of that, so A little early cheese there from Wolfe Kenny's part. Q thrown into the bush from Morgana there. As minions now move in and the farming or the ganks begin. Sona getting a 2 Qs over the wall there, connecting. As Jin Morgana aid their Rengar in getting his red buff. Meanwhile, Malphite helps Vi secure hers. Karthus landing a couple of Qs there in mid lane. Not going to do a lot of damage at this point in the game because they're just being level 1. There's a little bit of that lane bully that Jace is known for. Ezreal throwing a Q there and not connecting. Malphite going into the top lane against Garen as Vi goes for her Krugs. We see the Q from Morgana landing on Sona as the Ignite coming from Morgana secures the kill on Sona. Forcing Jin actually blowing a flash there trying to get the damage. Both the ADC and support for Johnson Central having Ignite. This is a new one for sure. Ignite being pretty strong. Especially, a couple patches ago they nerfed heal and buffed Ignite, so I mean it makes sense for them to take it, but it's just not a practical decision for the most part. We see Malphite trading not so well in the top lane against Garen. As we see the wall from Karthus, we see Jace following up, gonna go over the wall. We see a little bit of damage. We see the E on him. We see the hammer stance switch over to cannon stance as he gets a couple of W's off. Meanwhile, an enhanced Q going secure or landing on him. We see Vi coming with a gank from the side, missing the dash into to Garen as he flashes. Jin landing the W on Ezreal under his tower. As Malphite sits in top lane and farms while Garen is pushed back slightly. Bot lane looking slightly in favor of Johnson Central this early part of the game. We see Jace pushing up mid lane as Rengar moves towards the bot side river, going up towards mid lane, maybe looking to hold him back. A W connecting onto Sona there from Jin. Rengar moving into mid lane against the Jace. Jace trying to auto attack and doing some damage. The W activated in his hammer stance, chasing Rengar into the jungle. Not the best territory to chase him in. As he goes in, we see him landing an auto attack, hitting it, switching to hammer stance as he decides to immediately flash and then decide to run away. The Q connecting onto him from Morgana as Karthus follows up. Rengar coming in too, while W also connecting. The W looking like it should not have connected. Rengar also managing to follow up and securing the kill on Jace. We see a W connecting onto him. We see some auto attacks coming in. We see Sona flashing with the Ignite, getting the kill on Jace, or on Jin. So, good damage there from Sona. As Vi comes in from the jungle, going to try and get that dash. Going to hit it on Vi, missing the Karthus. As Karthus goes to try and secure the kill on Sona, but not going to be able to do anything as she gets 3-manned by the Malphite, Vi, and Sona, who gives the kill to Malphite. Malphite taking some damage in there from the passive from Karthus. Garen sitting top lane, trying to get some farm, going to secure that first tower plating without anyone to stop him. We see Malphite now moving back to lane as Jace pushes up mid lane pretty strong without any resistance. Jin and Morgana now moving to lane as well, allowing for Ezreal and Sona to push up into lane for probably the first time of the game, aside from that early kill that was given to Morgana. We see Sona and Ezreal backing now. Ezreal managing to back even though the W still connected from Morgana there. Interesting. Or the E, sorry, from Morgana. Malphite pushed under tower from Garen as Jace pushes up into mid lane very heavily against the Karthus. Again, using that lane dominance, that bully pressure, or bullying potential to push him back. Malphite farming it under tower as both the ADC and support for Wolfe County return to lane now, allowing Jin and Morgana to push lane back up slightly. We see Karthus farming a little freely in mid lane as Jin moves over to the side. Looks like Jin might be looking, but Jace might be looking for an engage here onto the mid lane. He might need to back off though. We see Rengar coming in to mid lane as the root connects, and well, the W from Jin connecting onto Ezreal in the bot lane. You see Rengar invading, going for the Raptors, or going over towards Raptors. as he's going to now go for that camp. Vi going for her Krug's top lane. Malphite currently now just leveling up, being one level below on Garen. Jace going for the engaged mid lane, jumps in with switches to his hammer stance, eating away the Karthus. Score is currently 2-2. With about 100 gold lead in favor of Wolfgang. It's very even at this point, far different than the last game. Not as much pressure. We see Garen coming in from the side, going to go and hit the Q on Malphite, as Malphite hits a Q on him to slow him. Morgana and Jhin just poking down the bot lane. Vi going for her red buff now as Rengar goes for his readies for his blue buff, deciding to back in the bush next to it. Jace continually having top mid lane pushed up pretty strong. Again, the lane bullying. Karthus sitting mid lane with no mana. If he was pushed up any further, it would have been an easy follow-up for Jace there. As Vi comes into jungle, missing the dash again, as 3 dashes missed, as a root lands, as well as a W from Jhin and Morgana. The ignite onto Sona from Jhin there. Jace backs into lane, or backing from lane now. Let's go and check the CS real quick between the two teams since nothing's going on. Garen slightly has about a 15 CS lead in the top lane. Junglers, however, Vi up about 10. We see the okay, we see the action going on bot lane. Nothing. Jace about 20 CS up in the mid lane, as Ezreal's up about 5 or 6 in the 8 in the bot lane. So ADC, or in terms of farm, overall in favor of Wolf County. Vi coming down for a gank potentially, but deciding to back off at the last second, as he drops a control ward in the bush and removes some vision. Rengar goes for his red buff, sitting pretty low. Going into the bush, he's going to go ahead and probably back. Morgana throwing a Q there, not going to be able to connect on anybody. The W from Jhin connecting on Ezreal. Ezreal's going to try and do a little bit of trade, but not going to be able to do much at this point, having no mana. If he had mana, he probably would have been able to follow up and out-trade Jhin at this point in the game. We see Morgana moving up, dropping a ward in the bush, going to go in and remove that control ward. We see the Q connecting on a Sona. Vi coming in from the side, looking for the Q, connecting the dash this time, as Jin's going to W, not going to do much. Vi following up, going to try and do something, but not going to do enough as Morgana manages to get away, narrowly avoiding that Q from Ezreal. Malphite just trying to clear that farm off. Ezreal maybe looking to ult. He's going to ult and secure the kill on Morgana the moment before she can back. Good ulti from Ezreal there. Right in the nick of time, too, to secure that kill. So a good ulti there from him. He had just enough mana to be able to get that off, too. As we see Vi coming with that dash on the side, going to try and secure that kill. We see an ult from Sona, and from the side, Vi dashing and be able to miss it. Ezreal's going to die to Tower. Yes, Tower's going to secure the kill, but at least it's just Tower. We see Garen coming over the side. He's going to ignite. We see Malphite maybe looking for an ult under Tower. He's going to be able to do this enough to stop the Garen and secure the kill as well. Both ults traded top lane. Both players killed. Score is currently 5-3 in favor of Wolf County. Vi dashing over the wall, going for a wolf camp, as Jace now backs off from the mid lane, letting Karthus push the lane up a little bit. We see Morgana and Jhin now pushing bot lane as well. Score is currently about a 1,500 gold lead in favor. 1,400 gold lead in favor of Wolf County early in the game. Karthus Rengar moving down a bot side, maybe looking for that first dragon, as Morgana clears another control ward from bot side bush. Jhin also moving up there, definitely going for that early dragon. Another Ocean Drake. Ezreal pops a Q over the wall, but can get connected with the Morgana route. As all 4 of Wolf County, we see Vi dashing from the side, not going to be able to do anything. Ezreal getting connected with that W, that E connecting as well. The Morgana Q connecting with Sona. As Jhin ults from the side, Ezreal's going to dash. Rengar's going to give that first dragon to Johnson Central. Morgana's Q missing there, barely. We see a Rengar ulti in onto Vi. A W from, we see Jace going to follow up, trying to do some damage there, trading, managing to land an enhanced Q over the wall. Ezreal's going to ult over the wall as well, not going to be able to connect, sadly enough, missing narrowly the Rengar. Might have been just enough to kill him. We see the Q over the wall. Rengar, or we see Jace coming in from the side with a dash, securing the kill on Rengar. Malphite coming in from the bot lane, going to try and do some damage there. Jace securing a double kill. against him. We see Malphite going to try and chase the Jace. We see Jace and Malphite cornering Jin. Malphite maybe looking to ult him. Jace deciding not to engage on that. Malphite maybe surrendering a couple of turret plates for that engage, but it was definitely some good gold, some good shots, some good kills there on Wolf King's part. As Jace now moves up to mid lane, Karthus immediately backing off. Probably given to him a vision from that ward in the dragon pit. Garen taking a couple of tower shots there, nothing major. As Jace now just sits mid lane and just farms pretty easily. Missing a cannon minion there. The E wall thrown up by Karthus against Jace, pushing back a little bit. Sona pushed up towards mid lane now, as we see Morgana, Jhin, and Rengar all moving towards mid lane as well. Karthus staying up there. We see the ult from Sona. Jace following up, securing the kill on Morgana. Malphite trying to get some damage straight at top lane. Garen just really tanky at this point. The Garen on the team actually is building, he's building Black Cleaver first, so a pretty standard first item build for Garen's. He might go full tank after that, might go lethality, you never know. It's hard to tell with Garen's. We see a Q from Garen activated trying to run away from that tower. As Ezreal's going to follow up bot lane, trying to doing some crazy damage there on Jhin. The ult from Ezreal going to secure that kill on Jhin, so good damage from Ezreal there. Vi coming with that dash on the side. We see the Q connecting onto him. We see Malphite following it. The ult from Vi. Malphite ulting Garen. Vi taking a lot of damage from that tower, but she's going to be able to escape and live it out and survive. So good on her. Gold's currently 3,000 in favor with a 10-3 lead in favor of Wolfe County. Rengar now ulting down a bot lane. Going to ult onto that Ezreal as we see him dash to the side. Sona coming in with that Q, or the E to stay. We see a WQ. We see him popping out the Q, the auto attack, to secure the kill on Rengar. Ezreal following up from the side, going to hit that W, hit it. The E's not going to connect because she's out of range, sadly. But some good trades there. Definitely Ezreal avoiding a good blunt of that damage from Rengar. Jace now rotating down to bot side as Garen teleports to the top side. Rengar or Malphite managing to get at least one turret plating out of that push. Turret plating is about to fall, so they do need to watch out for that if they're going to try and get any. They do manage to secure another turret plating in the bot lane as well, so they do have about 30 seconds, 20 seconds before that turret plane falls. They might want to try and see if they can get any more in the lanes that they can. Jace again staying outside. Another ult from Ezreal. Going to connect with Morgana. The W from Ezreal going on the tower. We see a Q throw. I'm going to be able to miss it. Morgana root missing as well. As Jhin and Morgana just trying to push away. Jace with the flash over the wall. Going to hit him as well. Sona with that ulti connecting on Morgana on Jhin as Jace secures the double kill. Rengar trying to chase. We see a Karthus ult coming from mid lane, going to be able to secure the kill on Jace. Jace not be able to use his barrier. He used it a little too early there and just took too much damage from that Karthus ult. So, good follow-up from there, but sadly the Karthus ult is just something that he couldn't get around. Garen top lane taking tower. Malphite just attacking him, trying to stop him as much as he can. Garen just being a big threat right now. The problem, Vi coming in from the back, though, with that early gank. We see Malphite trying to push him off. Vi missing the dash. We see the smite onto Garen to slow him down as Vi and Malphite forcing Garen to flash. Malphite flashing as well. Malphite does have his ult up in like 15 seconds. Vi does have hers. She dashes. Malphite landing a Q, ulting from Vi onto him as Malphite hits with his E, giving the kill to Vi. So, score is currently 14-4 with about a 4,000 gold lead in favor of Wolfe County. Tower might be about to fall in bot lane pretty soon. Tower's currently sitting about a third of its health. Cut one or two good pushes could definitely get that tower down. As Morgana misses a Q, and Malphite pushes top lane. Jace pushing the mid lane as well. Deciding to rotate again. Jace rotating down a bot lane again. Some good rotations from the mid laner for Wolfe County. We see the W from Jhin landing onto Ezreal, as Ezreal throws a Q over the wall connecting. It looked like a flash from Morgana. That was definitely a flash from Morgana. An ult from Ezreal managing to connect with both champions. No, actually just landing on Jhin. The W from Jhin connecting on Ezreal as Morgana throws another W, or an E, sorry, and it's going to slightly... Oh, you see Rengar jumping over the wall, going to try and do something to Malphite here. Malphite just being a little tanky, might be able to prevail with the minion aggro. Going to be able to secure that kill with the ultimate. The Q slowing down Garen drastically, allowing Malphite to escape. A pretty poor choice from Rengar there. I mean, it was understandable him attempting to gank him there like he did, but him jumping in the middle of with Malphite with most of his health, meanwhile, being in the middle of an enemy minion wave was definitely not. Rengar took far too much damage there in that minion wave. Gold's currently now 5,000 gold lead in favor of Wolfe County. Jace may be looking to rotate again down a bot side as he goes back towards mid, landing the Q on Hammer Stance, the W E-ing him away Karthus. Karthus igniting Jace. His W's not going to be able to, or enhanced Q's not going to connect because it gets blocked by a minion, but Vi secures the kill as Ezreal gets ulted from both Morgana and Jhin in the bot lane. Ezreal taking a lot of damage here. Ezreal ulting to turn around the kill and secure it on Jhin. Morgana coming in from the side, or trying to run away. We see Vi coming in from the side as well with the gank. Sona ulting away the Rengar, may not be able to do anything, as Vi secures a kill on Morgana, and Ezreal kills Rengar. Ezreal with that WQ combo over the wall, Vi with the dash. We see Sona with some poke coming in from the side. Ult from Vi there. Ezreal landing all of his abilities. Just crazy damage from Ezreal, man. Good damage from overall from the entire team. It's definitely a little bit of a rougher start for sure, giving those first 2 kills to Johnson Central, but Wolfe County's definitely made up for it at this point. That all their teams just are fed very heavily as Karthus now pushes back up the lane. It's going as Vi also now going for the Drake, as well as Jhin, both going to secure an Infernal Drake, a very good Drake, probably one of the best Drakes to get early in the game, obviously aside from Elder. We see a Q landing on Sona as well as a W from Jhin. The Q from Ezreal landing on it. We see an ult from Ezreal going to connect with Jhin and Karthus. Game froze for a second. Sorry, there was a little technical issue there. Might be looking for about team fights about to go down mid lane. Malphite is sitting near top side, so his ult would be very beneficial. We see Rengar dashing over the wall. Rengar definitely did ult as Jhin throwing that enhanced Q, or Jace with that enhanced Q from downtown, securing that kill on Rengar, just a ton of damage. We see Malphite going with the ult over the wall. Is going to be doing it. Malphite comes in from the side with the ult over wall under tower, going to secure a double kill on Karthus and Jhin. Ezreal's going to follow up and not be able to do much. Jhin securing the kill on Morgana. The Karthus ult finishing off Malphite under tower, as Sona dies as well. Garen coming in from the back and to try and be able to 1v2 here. We see Vi trying to turn around, ulting Vi for a free kill. Jace running away, trying to do what he can. Ezreal and Jace potentially doing a thing. Jace deciding to let Ezreal do a lot of work here. Jace and now Jace and Ezreal deciding to back off. Rengar now pushes back into his jungle. Meanwhile, the entirety of Johnson Central's team has respawned. They are now moving back into the lanes. Meanwhile, Wolfe County has also backed. A good engage from both teams there. Malphite and for sure just taking a lot of damage though from that Garen under that tower, so it's rough. Let's go and check the CS real quick. We will see that Malphite's down on CS, about 15 CS, but is up 5-2 against the 2-4 Garen. In terms of CS, Jungler Vi's up about 5 with a 4-1 KD versus the 1-5 for Rengar. Mid laners, Jace is up about 25 CS in the mid lane with a 7-2 score versus a 3-3 Karthus. We see we see Malphite coming in from the side. The W connecting to Sona, but not going to stun her because she hasn't been CC'd or autoed. We see the Q the E from Garen onto Sona as Vi ults Garen to save Sona. We see a smite coming out as well. Jace following up with that Q. Rengar going to ult over the wall. Sona flashing away, getting away with a sliver of health. Jace and Vi trying their best just to keep her as Vi is going to be able to follow up and just do a crazy amount of damage. Good communication from Wolfe County. Some grade A communication from Wolfe County here. Again, the ADC for Johnson Central being 0-7 with 51 farm. We're down 50 CS versus a 6-1 Ezreal. And the supports, Morgana being 1-6-5 and Sona being 2-2 with 19 assists. Sona putting a lot of effort in to help her team out. Some good work from Sona by many means. The Rift Herald coming into mid lane, doing a lot of damage in that tower. As Malphite's demolished is also going to help to finish it off. Karthus flashing away from the Malphite Q as the Rift Herald goes for another tower. Rengar smiting the Rift Herald, not going to be able to do much as Jace follows up with an enhanced Q, securing the kill on Karthus, and Malphite kills Rengar. We see Garen coming in from the back as Jace and Malphite have to fight him off. We see Ezreal and Sona fighting bot lane. Malphite getting Q'd, forcing him to flash from Garen. Ulted from Garen. Garen just doing a lot of damage just because of hitting level 11 at least. So he just has to put in a lot, not doing a ton just to be able to, do a lot of damage. As he now goes bot lane to try and defend that tower from being taken. Jace going for the red buff. Steal. We see Ezreal and Sona now trying to stop them from backing. We see an Ezreal Q connecting on the Jhin. As Morgana and Karthus sit mid lane trying to defend from the minions. Ezreal throwing the ult down bot lane. Not going to be able to hit Jhin though as he sidesteps it. Sona and Ezreal. We see Malphite coming in from the side, ulting the Jhin. Ezreal following suit as well, but Malphite securing the kill. Sona securing the tower. Rengar going through the bush, not able to do anything as Ezreal just pops him with that Q. Morgana tries to run away, going to get hit with a Q there as well from Ezreal. Ezreal and Sona trying to poke tower down a little bit. Ezreal taking a little bit of damage as Garen moves down bot lane with Morgana and Karthus trying to push them off. Morgana's Q barely missing Ezreal there. As we see Vi coming in from the back, maybe looking for a gank, or looking for a behind dash. Jace coming up from the mid lane. Morgana Q missing again, as we see a redemption coming in. Garen popping down Morgana as well as Jace, just popping both of them. Garen trying to do anything against any of them. He just gets poked down little by little from Ezreal. Just doing a lot of damage from way back there. Trying to put the candle at the minion wave push up, trying to get this bot lane tower. We see Garen moving into bot lane now. Going in, we see Vi with the ult on Garen to secure that kill as well. Some good counterplay there from Wolfe County. As Wolfe County now pushes, going to just get this bot lane inhibitor, no problem. Rengar trying to ult the team. Jace hopping onto him, just squishing him with that Q. We see Morgana coming in from the side, going to try and hit. We see it's a Q, connects to Jace, but not going to be able to do much at this point with it. As well throwing down her W. We see Karthus getting connected with another Q. We see an Ezreal WQ landing on Jhin. We see the ult from Malphite from way back. Ezreal popping that ult, not being able to secure the kill before Malphite gets it on Jhin. We see the ult from Karthus as Morgana sits on her tower trying to defend. Not being able to do much though as Jhin just dives on her tower as well. Malphite securing the kill on Morgana. Ezreal securing that other tower. Garen coming in from the side. Malphite having a triple kill. Getting ulted by Garen. Jace hopping over the side with that thing. We see Rengar trying to ult in or come down to jump in to stop it. Ezreal just going to be able to pop him like nothing as Wolfe County manages to take down Nexus. Score 42-10 in Wolfe County. 24 minutes. So good job Wolfe County for that win. Yeah. What do I go to for like the interview thing? What do I go? What do I do for the interview thing? Do I just like stop the stream or do I switch? No, just turn it off? Okay. Whatever. Okay. All right.
Let's see. All right. So we are back here with our player of the game. He's coming in right now, Mr. Jeremy McKinney.
Hello.
Good job. Congratulations
Thank you.
on the victory there. So you are now in the Sweet 16. You defeated Johnson Central. An incredible match. Oh, my gosh. The support role is a role that is vital to success of a team. It doesn't always get the glory that some of the other positions give it. You had 29 assists, and I believe I heard you say 31 kill participation.
Yeah.
I mean, you were in every fight. You were everywhere helping this team tremendously. So what are your thoughts on that matchup?
It was a fun matchup. It was two quick matches. It's good to be back with Cameron in the bot lane. It feels really nice. We have really good synergy together. It was just a good match all around.
Good deal. Now, looking forward, we're going to play Thursday night. We don't know who our matchup is going to be next, but we got a good feeling about this team. This team has good chemistry, and you guys are good friends and good teammates. And so, what are your thoughts on this next matchup?
I think it'll be a good matchup. I think we can take the victory though.
So, any thoughts looking back on the season? I know you wasn't in the hot seat here too many times, just because the damage and the kills and stuff usually gets to the ADC or whatever. But
it's been a good season. We've had some rough patches, but all in all, it's a really good season, and I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
Exactly. Well, it's not over. Our journey continues on to the Sweet 16. So, congratulations again,
Thank you.
Jeremy, and we'll see you next time. And all of our viewers out there, thanks for joining us today. We will be back on Thursday at 4 o'clock for the Sweet 16 matchup featuring your Wolves Blue. See you later.